What's up, guys? Jaxel here. This week, Scoreboard Assistant came out of beta, and I've decided to keep the website free for now, so you all benefit from that. But yesterday, I actually put a stealth update out, and what I did is I added some new features for browser sources on external services. Um, Normally, there'd be an ad page here, an add page button here, and an add field button here. I have moved those buttons to the hidden controls at the bottom of the page. But if we go to add page, there are external services options, open broadcaster, mixer, restream, Twitch, YouTube, Spotify. I have added in the old versions, only the field collections had browser sources, but since yesterday, I've added browser sources for most of those external services. So if I were to go to page control on Twitch, you'd see I would have a browser source here as well. So I'm going to talk about how those work. They actually work pretty much exactly the same as the field collection pages. So here I have the Twitch browser source, and as you can see, it's blank. It's blank because we haven't set up any HTML, CSS, or JavaScript for it. And the other thing you'll notice is on field collections, you have these tags here before each field telling you what the variable name is. You're not going to get that on the external service pages. What you instead have to do is go to the browser source page, right-click the page, go to Inspect, and then on Inspect, click on the Console tab. In the Console tab, the first line will say Retrieving Data. And Retrieving Data will have all the variables you can use. Now, if your page does not say Retrieving Data, it's because it hasn't generated any data yet. So with like external services like Twitch, you're not going to have any data until the first time you're live streaming and you log into the panel here. So you'll have to the data will have to be generated first. All right. So and then we have the 5 pieces of data we can access: category, followers, title, viewers, views, and adding those would be pretty simple. Let's do a span ID equals views, leave it blank, and then add viewers after it. Now, it's always going to say 6 viewers while I do this test because last night when we streamed, we had 6 viewers when we ended the stream. And it's not going to update that because we're not streaming right now, and that information is only going to be updated while we're streaming. So since we're not streaming, it's just going to say 6. Accept that. All right, so we've got the HTML, just a single field where we can input views in. I'm not adding any style sheet here to make it look nice. This is just for example purposes. So now we can look for that field. I called it viewers, right? Was it viewers? And viewers. There we go. And let's change the text of that field to be the contents of doc data viewers. Now, I've said in the previous video that any information retrieved from this retrieving data function on the Firebase will go into an array called doc data. So we're just going to go the doc data and then viewers, and then let's click save on that. And when we refresh, we're going to see it's going to say the number of viewers. Refresh. There we go. 6 viewers. Very easy. And anytime the number of viewers changes, this number will get updated. And we can put this anywhere on our stream. Obviously, you're going to want to make it look nicer. This is very basic. This is just text. But there you go. Now there's your number of viewers. Now that's how it works with Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, any of the external services that have browser sources. This is how it's going to work. You just need to style it however you want it to look. But I want to talk about one specific external service, and that's Spotify. So let's connect my Spotify account. Now, I don't actually use Spotify. I set it up just to figure this API out. So let's do my automatic playlist that Spotify made for me. I don't know how it picked these songs, but it is what it is. And let's start playing. And as we can see on the Spotify screen, it shows us we are playing Beat It, Fall Out Boy's version. It's got the album art, what album it's from, as well as a control system up here. This control system is interesting. It will only work if you have a Spotify Premium account. If you don't have a Spotify Premium account, you will not get this control panel to show up, because for some reason Spotify's API is really stupid that way. If you don't have an API account, you can't control things remotely. That's just the way they do it. And then using these buttons, I can pause, unpause, and as well as skip and rewind the different songs. Okay, but let's go to the browser source options. Now, I have already actually set stuff up here to try things out. And I have an HTML page here. It's just a div. It's got Spotify, a background div, the image, which would be the album art, the track, the album, and then the artist. And then I've got a whole bunch of CSS explaining how everything is going to look. And some very simple JavaScript saying put the track name in the track field, artist in the artist field, album in the album field. But then I do a little more advanced stuff here. I say let's put the image as the source of this image right here. So you can see the image source equals blank. So I'm going to take the image and put it in there. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the image once again and set the background image of the background div to the background div. So again, here we've got the background div. So basically I'm putting the image in two places, in an album art position and in a background image. And if we open that page, there we go. Now we have a very nice looking widget that I can put on my stream. It is a variable in size, so no matter what size of widget I put in, it will conform. And you can see the information it got from the Firebase. And I did some interesting things with the CSS here. So one of the things I did is I have the background image being blurred. So that's why you get the blurry background image. And then the album art here. So let's skip to the next song. And the widget, hey, it updated. It actually updated faster than I expected it to. So now we've got the Kinks. We've got their background image. You Really Got Me. And all the information right here. Very simple. Something that, like I said, I've made the system to be as simple as possible to use. While still being customizable and using customizations. All you really need to know is some basic HTML, style sheets, and JavaScript. All right. I made some other small changes and design changes to the website. Like I said, I moved these control buttons to other places, and that's mostly because I'm currently working on a Android app that will go directly to your control panels. Anyways, that's it for this video. And, there are actually quite a number of people who are using this website right now. There's not a lot of activity on the feature request or bug reports, thankfully, or support areas. But if you have questions, bugs to report, features to request, just let me know. And if you want to report the bug about the control panel up here not working, I am aware about it. It's actually an issue with Spotify itself. Their API is a little bit funky today. It's been working fine all week. So if I were to click next, wait, it worked. Did it work? Nope, didn't work. Oh no, yep, bugged out. Yeah, their API It's kind of messed up right now. I can actually look at the console and see that I'm getting a error 500, which is a server error. 500 means server error, and that means that the issue is on Spotify's end. And so there's no need to report that bug right now. Anyways, peace out, guys.